you aware that politics, it's not all about election, it's not all about campaign, it's not all about propaganda, but politics plays a major role in business?
Politics itself is not affecting all the businesses. It is bad politics that affects businesses. Let me correct.
Kuna kitu inaitwa bad politics. Thank you. And that's why in today's episode we are going to discuss on how politics meets business.
Siasa zinaathiri biashara kama wakati kuna maandamano. Kwa mfano, maandamano yakitokea, wakati huo tunaweza kufunga biashara zetu ndio mali yetu isiweze kupatikana na isipotee ama kupatikana na hasara ya vitu kuibiwa.
And that's why I've brought you this amazing discussion. Tuliongea na akina mama mboga, tukaongea na wanabodaboda, tukaongea na those small business people, wakatuelezea shida zao. And all in all, I've also have amazing discussion with my co-host Mohamed Ayanle, whereby Mohamed Ayanle ali explain on how politics can affect our business positively and negatively.
You know, demonstration, when there's a demonstration or there is a fear, business thrives on stability and conducive environment.
And if you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly don't forget to subscribe. I will be your host, Daniel Kihoro. How does politics affect business negatively?
Okay, politics itself is not affecting all the businesses. It is bad politics that affects businesses. Let me correct.
Kuna kitu inaitwa bad politics. Thank you.
Bad politics, such a bad policies when officers or people who are elected to office go and do their self-interest rather than interest of the common mwananchi. That is to say, in short, they go and do monkey work. They go there to enrich themselves and their families and their cronies. Why? It's because instead of serving his constituency, he goes and looks for tenders, he looks for other things. You understand Kenyan way? You know, it's an avenue to becoming rich in here in Africa. Getting to power, it's a way to getting rich. Because if your father haven't left you any resource, if you don't have that mentality of business hustling, the easiest apple to eat is, the low-hanging fruit is just be politician, drive few big cars, now go visit few offices, connect few things, and you're there in less than 10, 15 years, you may be a Kenya shilling billionaire. Instead of you hustling in the real business, sweating from day-to-day activities, hustling and getting losses, you as just with a shortcut. You are elected, you are done. During election, you come with bag full of money that you stole somewhere, you distribute, you are re-elected, and there your families, you're establishing them something better for their life. Although it's going to be held in this earth, when you steal others, you'll repay back to God and to life.
You have mentioned about bad politics.
Yes, bad politics.
Let me believe bad politics, it's dirty politics that I understand. But by mention, maybe tunataka utulistie examples of what are those examples of those bad politics? By mentioning maybe kwanza before even we dig deeper.
For example, here a lot of people are aware the Kimorel and Arrow dams. You remember?
Sure. During the Uhuru's regime. Yeah.
Almost, if I'm not wrong, you can correct me, 63 billion of Kenyan shillings was paid as a pre or something before the project starts. And it's vanished thin air. Until today, we don't know that case where it's closed. You remember? Do you hear it again? I don't know. Others are saying it was just paperwork. Others were saying wrong numbers on the books. You understand?
Sure.
63 billion cannot be wrong in the number of the books. And we know Kenyans are Kenyans. Our business is Kenya. You understand?
Yeah, sure.
We sanitize. We see an opportunity. I think we are top, if not the last few countries in corruption, I think. Katika chartered. We are almost heading or topping up. Kenya can't be missed the top 10 corrupted countries in the world. It's because it's in DNA. It's in our DNA. Any person who goes to office must do something for himself. For example, another is taxation.
Taxation.
Yes.
We'll have a wide conversation on
taxation. For as recent Gen Zs, they know that 2024 was a year in which our government was seen worldwide in the world. People demonstrated. Other countries, the populace are quiet. They just follow the rules. But here in Kenya, we poke others' nose. Kenya is known for, at least over democratization, we can say. People have a lot of freedom here, although we need to use our freedom in a good way. We don't you don't cross the boundaries. You understand?
So
When
number
you're
two
having
is
freedom, other countries,
corruption.
our neighbors don't have freedom. Like Tanzania, like others,
Taxes.
Uganda, just people are following, yes. But here in Kenya, we do have freedom. You can abuse your president. You can't do anything.
Although we'll have the discussion about the taxes, I believe that if for a country to run, the government has to
Yes.
raise taxes for it to run. But I think we have talked about, but it's called that politics. I think.
How does politics relate to taxes?
Yes.
Those years, every regime was borrowing a lot of huge of money. That money was supposed to be paid by us through taxation. Nowadays we have a lot, even the motor vehicles. Now what is called tariffs are up. Why? We never used to be taxed those days. Why? Our GDP, our payment of these debts was lower. But now every president comes in, he goes to China, he goes to America, he scoops those, and then a lot of projects not done. Most of the projects are done overpriced. The way we are going to come and say, why is it overpriced? 30 to 50% of Kenyan projects, whether it's road, whether it's anything, it must be made for. At least 50% extra will be there. And then who's going to be hurting is the taxpayers' money, because people are going to sanitize it.
Okay.
If a real project is costing 50 billion or 50 million, let's assume, for example, a road in your area is costing 50 million, then government tenders may be saying like 70 to 80. Then the rest will be for the cuts.
Sure.
Why? They're middlemen. They are paper workers. They're those who give the 10%. You give the tender, he gets his 10%.
Yes.
You also go and hustle the project.
Sure.
That's a Kenya we live. So there is nothing 100%. You can say that
Perfect.
a project is 100% well measured. But if it was like a private business, you measure to the nail. You understand?
Yeah.
If it's a private project, because you cost measure, it's because it's touching you. But now this money belongs to the public.
Sure.
You don't care. This road will cost 10 million. It will cost 15 million to 18 million. And that 8 million, the gentleman at the middle, everyone will get from the clerk to up top there.
Yes.
They must get their cut.
I want us to start with number
And the
one.
owner will get a profit from there even.
Yes, the one that I know this one we have to discuss it widely. Number one is the corruption. I know very well that we have been fighting, the regime. I was listening to this politician from Trans Nzoia County. He's the MP. He's called Caleb Amisi.
Yes.
He was trying to say that every time we normally say that we choose a new regime, we choose a new change, but the same people that you are choosing before are the one that you are still choosing them.
Yeah.
Today he was trying to say that the nyani kwa Kiswahili ni nyani, the monkeys are different, but the forest is different, but the monkeys are the same. So corruption has been fought since the time of Kibaki regime, Uhuru regime. Nowadays, President Ruto is still fighting corruption. How are we going to do so that at least we can end corruption, so that at least our business can run smoothly?
How do we change? Yes, corruption can be changed. It's a societal problem. Even the biblical or the Quran says corruption is very bad. It threatens the society. It's a bad thing. It's like cancer. Cancer will grow very fast. Corruption is the same. I think the best way is it's coming to mindset. At early age, the government or people in charge must plan, even not only now, 10 to 20 years, 30 years. People must come back to the religion where, we don't afraid of you or neither you're afraid of me. We human beings, we don't afraid each other. What we must be afraid of is our creator, God. Everyone believes God. If you want to steal, the person who's going to see is not the government, it's your God. And I think I'm bringing religion is the only surest way to kill this cancer. Why are you supposed to fear your God? When you're interested in something. For my case, for example, I'm just running several businesses, yes? And I do have different business investors. For our community, when you're interested, you and your God must be there. And when it's private business, you and your God must be. When you're closing your books, you can massage, you understand? You can do some monkey work. But who is going to see you? It's not the investors. It is God first, yes? Still, you can declare profit for the investors,
Sure.
But you already took away a cut from there, yes? So as long as we base our things and everything to our God, I think corruption will be killed through fearing God. It's a cancerous thing. Those who pay and those who receive is a bad thing. Those who pay now gets quick services, but at the expense of wanakanyaga wengine kwa shingo, maybe in a hospital line or in a ICU, someone pays something, his person is going to get inside the ICU. They're like public places, you understand? This public hospital, the level 5. Your person wants to get in, but you are in the first line. But someone else pays something, he's taken there, you are going to die outside. Who's paying that person who died? Who's going to take the liability? the person who received and the person who gave. Because if person was ahead of you, must wait. But people don't like waiting. That's an example I can ni mfano tu natoa kwa watu ambao wanaangalia hii kipindi. Sababu hiyo umeruka wewe mtu.
Sure.
It's critical. Both of you are critical stages. But the person who was ahead of you must have.
Now, corruption and taxes,
Yeah.
they are intertwining.
Yes.
And they are
Because we are
relating.
paying off, yeah,
Yes,
we are paying
and
off their debts.
they're relating. As early before I asked you that the country can't survive without the taxes.
Yeah.
How are we going to moderate this so that at least the common mwananchi haizi akalalamika akisema ya kwamba mimi nakuwa overtaxed, but pia government isikosee kupata the tax because we need to continue with life.
Yeah. How?
I'm asking,
How do we?
you have said that taxes is affecting our business negatively.
Yeah.
And you know very well that for a country to move on, the government has to collect tax for it to operate. They have to pay teachers, the government workers,
yes.
they have to run some businesses,
So
the
how
projects.
can everyone win?
Yes, we want the government to win so that at least, and
win,
also the common
to
mwananchi.
win.
Yes.
So I think the first thing is they're supposed to bring trust. Well, how do they bring trust? By stopping corruption and closing those loopholes,
Sure.
so that the mwananchi feels his money is being utilized well. In terms of when we pay taxes, we want our taxes to be utilized. We don't want to see people building villas, driving big cars with our money. You understand? A person never had anything. Now he's driving big cars and other things whenever he's given. So by closing the loophole, it increases the trust. Like the president now already is trying, I don't know, his best to close, make other companies profitable. Introduction of e-citizen is such a confidence builder.
Sure.
That's one thing.
Yes.
At the same time, we should stop excessive, unnecessary borrowing. Projects are not there. You borrow billions of money. Kumbe, wewe unataka kukula hiyo pesa. You come up fictitious projects that are not there. Thin air, like the umbrella, and then money is stolen. Day and night, it's carried. You invest offshores and other things. That's another thing. We're supposed to borrow for the purpose of development. If it's an expressway, if it's something, a mega project, it's housing, let it be seen. That money, we know when you are paying, at least you have done project A, project B. But people go and borrow at night. They utilize it. Tomorrow, who is going to pay? It's as our taxes will go up. Why? The lenders will now dictate to you. When a person anakudai deni, who is dictating? The one who is there? The one who ana mwenye deni, si ndio? Anakudictatea.
Sure.
Kesho tutaletewa mambo ushoga, mambo mengine ambayo hazifai. Why? You are adapting to someone else. You are adapted to another person. You become a slave indirectly. You want to be, you feel like, when you take a loan from someone, when he looks at you, you feel guilty, you understand? You look down. What about countries? Countries also take loans. So the government should stop excessive taking of those loans. They focus the right things, and then the confidence gets. And then people who are supposed to pay taxes, it's a duty. We have to pay. It's part of life now because we need those services. We need those security men. We need the teachers to be paid. So I always say, and Jim Ron has taught me, my mentor, when you are paying, even if you're paying the government maybe 100,000, write even a letter smiling that I'm happy to pay you as a government. That's a light joke.
Yeah, sure.
Happy to pay you my taxes happily. Why? I know contributing to the economy, to everything. So whenever we are paying taxes, let's smile and say, however much is Peter,
Yeah, sure.
we feel happy because know that you are paying something to the government.
Sure. Okay, I was listening to one of the political analysts, and he was saying that there's some big fish, if I can put it into quote, that they're not paying tax, but because of government interest, the government politics, they're not paying tax as compared na huyu mtu ako hapa chini mama mboga. So I don't understand how we as the country now we are going to leverage that and moderate it so that at least be it a big business person ama a small business scale person, wote tukwe tunapay tax.
I think the first is self-interest. We're supposed to avoid as elected leaders or people who are connected. You should know that the law applies to all of us, although people take it per se. That is one thing. And then what always the government says you self-trade, and then not accepting favors and other things in your office. So that's another. So you should pay your taxes as a private citizen. Yes, if you are trading and you are working for the government, it's fine. Trade with the private people. Don't trade within the government. But 99% of politicians, the way we talked earlier, their self-interest is first.
Okay.
They trade and they use their position to they open other doors for their opposition. If he's an MP, he will go and crack maybe Department of Defense, or he will go somewhere else, He will get access of either tender or something. Sorry. He will get a tender for that. Okay? So to avoid self-interest, you just need to avoid anything that leads to that road.
Sorry again. Sure. As we went up, Nambona director, that our time is over. In the segment, you have watched those business people. They're saying that the current demonstration that is in the country, it's affecting their business. You as a business entrepreneur, how is demonstration affecting their business?
How is demonstration affecting their business?
Yes.
Demonstration, once there's a demonstration or there is a fear, business thrives on stability and conducive environment. Not everyone, police are policing us all the time. It is like following the rules itself, it's getting others. But the moment there is demonstration, all goons are sent to businesses. Their aim is not for the demonstration, it's to steal. Because a lot of unemployed youth are there in Kenya. The moment people start a genuine demonstration, 80% are coming for that to steal. We have seen in the case of last year, businesses are looted, properties are touched. This person doesn't care. This person, how many years it took him to build that building or that business. Someone is made all of a sudden bankrupt. And then he unemployed 5 people. What will he tell those people? He has loans to pay. Demonstration has a lot of consequences. The people who use the demonstration, they know the pain of the demonstration. They are not only pinching the government, they are pinching also the common mananchi.
Sure.
So that they agree. Tomorrow people will see, wacha demand yao imitiwe hawa. Or the government also, maybe other people utilize the same demonstration to look ugly so that also they discredit the genuine demonstrators. It's a ball people play both sides. Sometimes when they can't control the demonstration, you understand the script is changed. The same demonstrators will look like bad boys. You understand? The case we had from Mike Sonko and others, you remember? You understand? So a genuine demonstrators can have a genuine, but they're supposed to be peaceful, a date, and they are in a progression. I don't know something. They go from A to B, but they can't have demonstration in the estates and everything.
Sure.
People will get stolen. They are going to be their business are stolen, and life and property are two things. You understand? The government took oath to defend. Property and businesses are the lifeblood of a person. Yes, if I take away your business, your ability to take, what kind of a person will you be in the society? You can't solve the societal problem. Neither you have an income. Now you become a burden. I think demonstrations,
yes,
they are in Kenya. They are being misused.
Okay.
Yes, the right things, but the wrong approach. Yes, to me.
Haya, sawa, shukran sana. Hiyo nayo tumejifunza na kwa kweli, lakini demonstration hapo, kwa demonstration I think government kuna kitu inafaa ifanye sana ili kuhakikisha kwamba, because it's okay sometimes demonstration it is in the constitution and it's part of our rights, but pia ikifika hapo pia inakuwa
it's a two way. I know it's a two way.
Wanasema inafika places inakuwa dirty politics na hapo ndo huwa ina affect our business. Until next time, Mr. Mohammed, I think about this first session you have talked about how politics affect business negatively, but in the next segment we are going now to talk about how politics affect business positively, because tunajua lazima kuna ile mambo mzuri ambayo business imefanya, si ndio?
Yes.
Thank you so much. We have come to an end of this amazing episode. We have talked about how politics affect business negatively. In the next segment, we are going to talk about how politics affect business positively. But kama unajua subscribe, kindly, this is the only time to subscribe to our new podcast. It is called Dove Podcast. YouTube tunajita Dove Podcast. TikTok Dove Podcast. I was your host, Daniel Kihoro. Until next time, bye bye.
See you. Thank you.